Viewer discretion is advised.
I may or may not be new tonight. We're going to try to not be new. I'm going to try to be like super old. Just kidding, I already am super old. Guys, happy Thursday. It's May 3rd. And it's a Thursday. We're Thursday? Thursday? Yeah. Yeah, it's Thursday. We are, sorry about my trash here, guys. I don't have any excuses. I make no excuses. You're listening and or watching Ponecast. This is episode 209. We are in patch 7.3.5 for what could be a very brief moment in time. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a lot of different various things. There's some random BFA stuff. I didn't get done what I wanted to get done to talk about all the things, but we got quite a bit to talk about, especially with the PvP class changes that happened. Tank survivability nerfs. There is a fucking god. With that being said, make sure you guys stick around because we got, you know, jokes and his Rem's fine mustache there. It's awful, guys. It's not getting any better from this point. So with that, we're going to go into the intro because it's an embarrassment a little bit. And I got to recover throughout the intro. And I love that he's muted and he doesn't, nobody can hear him. It's great. It's like the greatest thing ever. We'll be right back. Or not. My button's not going to work. Why does my stream deck Why does my stream deck fail me? Guys, something is happening. Something is happening. I got it. We're okay, guys. We're going to make it through. We'll be right back.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there are those who defy convention, the proud who laugh in the face of trolls and never flinch, the few who strive on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve, they who eat tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a chaos bolt, Bell the Ponecast Vanguard. Through light and darkness, he commands the void, Remedies the sage lore master. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are Ponecast.
Hello, people of podcast land. This is Winstallin speaking, and Winstead from the Technically PvP podcast, and you are listening to the Ponecast podcast.
You know, there's something to be said for the fact that that was the wrong bumper and my Stream Deck buttons are in a different spot. Guys, I don't really have any excuses except to say, what the fuck is going on today? Rem, save me from myself because I'm drowning here. Yeah, they can hear you. Oh my god, I'm going to punch you in the face. Save me, please save me, I'm drowning.
I can't even save myself.
Yeah, that's because you haven't shaved.
This is all shaved.
So, for those of you that are listening and or watching, if you're watching this on YouTube or live or listening to this over the audio waves, I need you to, if you're listening to this on audio, I need you to go check out the video version on YouTube because I need you to just scope out the stash that's going on Rem's face. Now, typically, I'm not really offended by many things, right? I don't get offended very easily, but I gotta be super honest here. Man.
So rude.
The stash is killing my vibe, like 100% killing my vibe. I told him he's never gonna get a girl like that, but he apparently...
I was so jealous of yours. I was like, I gotta grow mine too.
It takes, you know, it takes a very strong man to get this going on. Guys... It is,
wow.
You know, we are back. We are here. We are alive. We are...
Ponecast.
We are Ponecast. We barely made it on time because I like to be on time for stuff. It's been a day.
You're either on time or don't show up.
Right. That's how we don't... We're not late. We're not slackers, guys. But if you are new to Ponecast, if this is your first time listening or watching, my name is Belle. And with me is my co-host with the... not mustache most because he's missing part of it, remedies. Rem?
Hi. I'm not blessed with good genes, okay?
Neither's my husband, which is why when he tries to grow it out, he just looks like a dirty hobo instead of like, a person. I know.
I'm shaving it this weekend, so it's all good.
Well, like, is it gonna grow ever, or?
I don't know.
Oh, you're testing. Is that what you're doing? You're testing.
Just for science, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It wasn't like,
I just want you to know that at BlizzCon, when we're rolling together, not the business.
No, I prefer being clean shaven. So.
Yeah, because I can't be seen with all that, and I'll shave too, so we'll be twins. Like it'll be great. We'll be twins. Your hair looks very dapper today, though.
My hair is one of the good things, yes.
Hey, guys, do you hear that sound?
I hear a lot of sounds, actually. You just can't hear it.
But do you hear any sound coming from Belle's mic? Outside of Bertha, she might be super loud, but do you hear?
I don't hear it.
Yeah, you know why you don't hear any sounds? Because Rem and my husband put up an actual wall, not a fake wall.
Yeah, we were manly men building walls.
They put up an actual wall in my office, which means I'm closed off. I learned the difference between a hollow core and a solid core door. I didn't know they made hollow core doors. Why?
One's heavier than the other because it's cheaper.
But why? But who would buy that for a house if you have children? I can't imagine.
Every single bedroom door on the inside is a hollow core.
That's embarrassing for the developers and the builders or whatever they're called. If I were to ever have like a house custom built, it would need to be like solid oak so that I didn't hear any of my children ever. But my door is closed. I'm not sweating profusely because the temporary wall that was kind of soundproof, but not so much. It was like a sweat box in here because it was insulated paneling.
Yeah, it was built for heat insulation, and I'm pretty sure you're closed off from the vent too. So.
Yeah, so it was pretty, it was a little spicy in here. But guys, I'm really excited because tomorrow we're moving this big, beautiful bitch of a desk. So that way I can, because I haven't been able to do much gaming at all because the office is trashed. Thankfully, my box right here, it doesn't show all the stuff. Like Rem sees all the crap that's on my desk. You guys don't see any of that. Mm-hmm. It's a mess. But tomorrow we're moving all that. I got my green screen. Yeah, so it's coming together nicely, but it's been a little chaotic today. So I apologize if I'm not on my normal, point. I did intend to have a guest tonight, but unfortunately, there's a small disconnect. Ouch, that hurt. There's a small disconnect between people confirming and not confirming in time for me to be able to prep for it. So I know that our non-American guests, we're going to have to accommodate them with a different day because of the times that they need. So it's likely that we're going to be doing the show one of these... the 13th might be, yeah, I think we might do the show the 13th. Or not the 13th, I'm sorry. Hold on, the 20th instead of the 17th. But I'll let you guys know. I'll make sure I tweet and I'll make sure I confirm next week. But hopefully if that works for them, then we'll be able to have those guys on the show, and I'm super excited.
Cool. To
have them. I'll get the calendar going and be on my normal stuff. Hopefully in a week or two, I'll be back to business as usual. And I've got a couple other guests. I just need to get them confirmed. But in the meantime, you do have Rem and I, and I want to tell you guys a story. Rem came over the other day. Well, he comes over like at least 3 times a week for dinner, right? Because I cook the middle of the week. He came over on a non-dinner night. And my son says to him, "Why are you here? We're not having dinner."
I hurt my feelings, but he wasn't wrong.
And I thought, "Aw, he's that college kid that comes home to do his laundry on the weekend and eat all the mom's food." I thought it was cute, so I'd share it with you guys. Weekly reset for May 8th, which is next Tuesday. Arena skirmishes. Go, whatever people do in there, go get it. Go get at it. Go do things.
Run around like a bunch of idiots trying to hump a doorknob.
Yeah, it's tough for me if I don't have a partner. Like, if it's just me trying to solo, anybody that sees a Destruction Warlock leaves right away, and it makes me very sad. There was 2 people, though, last time I actually did it.
Which is weird, because Destro is actually pretty.
I think it's just because we are, but in a fast-paced arena, we're still bound by our cast time. So, which the Chaos Bolt's like an 11 million.
No, they probably know your name and like, oh shit.
Right? Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna PvP with this broad. But the one person that did stick with me through I think like the last 3 or 4 that I needed, because you need 10. He was an elemental shaman, and we did it, man. We did it moving.
Yeah, elemental's really good.
They have a really good burst. Like, they're super bursty.
Zico plays Ellie.
He does. No PvP brawl next week. So,
what's going on?
We're gonna... A good break, I guess, is always good. There are some interesting hotfixes that I wanted to make sure that we talked about. And the reason that these hotfixes are interesting is because, guys, what is Bell's rule regarding PvP? Well, I have several, but what's the main rule? If you're listening at home after this is live, I want you to say out loud what you already know. My number 1 rule regarding PvP, specifically arena, but
know who the EFC is.
Exactly. Angie's got my back. Yeah. So with that, hopefully you boys and girls who are listening on the audio version or watching this the next day had said it in your head or out loud, or maybe you even screamed it, which would be really great if you were driving and you yelled that in traffic.
Bell's pet peeves for 200, Alex?
I'll take fuck tanks for 500. What is fuck tanks? Did I say that wrong? I used to watch Jeopardy and I totally screwed that up. So... Now, I want to preface this by saying, if you're a tank in arena, I love you, but I don't love you, right? So I don't know how to explain that. We could be friends. We could, we could chill, but we won't dine together, because I won't dine with a tank who plays tank in arena. That's just not my get down. I'm not okay with that. But May 1st, they released a round of hotfixes geared at nerfing their survivability a little bit. Now, the thing to remember about this is it really needed to be done. And I think I looked at the comments, I looked at some other news sites that had posted, and just to see how people's reactions were. Now, I could tell you on Twitter, everybody was pretty much excited, especially especially all the... all of our boys, all of our guys that are in tourneys that are trying to head to BlizzCon, because what we've seen in the higher level PvP is we've seen tanks, and I love...
they shouldn't be in competitive.
Right, and I love these players, so it isn't anything personal, because I understand if Blizzard's making it viable, they're going to use it, because you should, right? It's a lot of money on the line, and guys, $20 is $20. But I think I like the fact that Blizzard's listening, and that I don't want to see tanks in arena. Specifically, I don't want to see tanks in these tournaments, and I'm glad that it's happening before.
Oh wow, those are actually pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty big nerfs. So guys, if you are one of these tanks that I'm talking about in arena, I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry. So Blood DK's Vampiric Aura now grants 8% leech to you and your allies in PvP situations versus 20%. Your PvP templates... Now, keep in mind, I'm not going to say PvP every time, because I feel like that's just beating a dead horse. But this is all PvP related, so this is not PvE, this is PvP. The stamina was reduced by 10% as well. For the Feral Druid, which is... are they considered a tank?
No.
Oh, I didn't think so.
No, they.
Well, they got a win. They got a couple other different random nerfs in here.
If this was pre,
I think
splitting of the specs, then it would have.
Yeah, I think they were doing some other stuff too. Well, Feral Druids, Rake deals an additional 25% damage while stealth in PvP was 50. Shred deals an additional 15% damage versus 25%. I don't know on a scale what that looks like when I'm being attacked, but I can tell you that Feral Druids are super, like...
Well, when they attack from stealth, it gives them an increase on damage, so instead of 100, it's 125.
Yeah. And
so it's
as a destruction, Feral druids, like, if I see a feral druid headed in my direction, like, I want to say that I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to fight. Nope. I'm going to run as far fucking way as I can, screaming like a little bitch.
Well,
they're
now
going
won't
to
be able
catch
kill you
me.
quickly, so that's good.
Well, they're going to catch me, and they have to work for their meal, but they are, it can be tough. It does take a little bit more than, you know, your basic defense skill. You really kind of have to know your class, otherwise you're just going to get murked. Ferals have always been that way. I think maybe once or twice randomly throughout an expansion, they have a small DPS problem maybe in PvE, but they're usually pretty solid in PvP across the board. Sorry, it's time for the show, guys. I guess one day I'll actually change my alarm time. Brewmaster's PvP template. I said I wasn't going to say it, and here I am saying it. Versatility was reduced by 20%. I mean, that's all they got, so it's not, I don't know if there was anything else that seems to be a little bit overpowered when it comes to that, but the DK made me happy because there's 2.
I don't see Prop Paladin on this list.
I didn't see Paladin on there either, and I looked for Paladin, and I looked for them to, like, edit, because Paladins is what, outside of the Warrior, Paladin was what I saw in tourneys, so...
Yeah.
Officer Bean, I love you, my dude, but stop fucking playing a Paladin, Prop Paladin. Mistweaver... Oh. Mistweaver Way of the Crane increases physical damage by 30% versus 50%, and then heals allies for 185% of damage done versus 175. So they just,
a slap and a hug.
Yeah, basically. You're bad, but you're good. So I'll have to... I don't actually PvP on the monk at all because it's scary as a healer. I've never actually... I don't know. It's scary. Everybody targets you, and I...
Yeah, no, you have to just survive.
I don't know how to... I just want to hide in a bush as destruction and just free cast away. I don't... I should, though, right? I should get the balls and just challenge myself. But I should probably make sure that I put my fallback keyboard and my mouse on the desk instead of the other one.
Yeah, you should get your backup keyboard.
I feel like I might not be made for all those deaths, right? I feel like...
The what?
All those deaths, like, to be killed constantly. I feel like I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. That's
Yeah.
why I don't do healing in PvP anymore.
I have too much anger issues to die constantly. And then Windwalker, Fortifying Brew Honor Talent increases health by 15%. It was 20. Fortifying Brew Honor Talent decreases damage taken by 15% instead of 20. Healing Winds now heals for 12.5% of your maximum health.
Is that talent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was 25 at rank 4. So the Healing Winds is the weapon ability.
Oh, you got a nerf.
Well, they're pretty amazing, though. Windwalkers are pretty solid.
No, Destro. Gotta...
Yeah, but it's really not that bad, and I'm gonna tell you, and you guys are gonna see some really good honesty when it comes to destruction nerfs, because I'm gonna tell you.
You don't use it anyway.
No, I do, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. Yeah, so Windwalkers are, I'll count on you, Windwalkers, to let me know if this is something you can contend with. I didn't see any complaints about it, so, well, I'm sure somebody complained. Now, hopefully we'll see some prot somewhere. Although I can kill paladins. I don't know if I've ever tried to kill a prot paladin recently, but I know that paladins I can kill. A super skilled paladin, it's a little bit tough, but I can do it. So yeah, that's interesting. I also didn't see any demon hunter.
Of course not.
Well, yeah, they're not never. They're not never, because let me try English. They're never going to nerf.
Double negative.
Yeah, they're never going to nerf anything. Now, let's talk about this destruction. I laughed when I first saw this on the list, because in my mind I was strictly just relishing in the tank nerfs, and I thought, I wonder if they consider warlocks tanks, because that would be funny. Anyway, so for destruction, we have something called Lord of the Flames. And this Lord of the Flames, I think it's like a 10-minute cooldown. When you pop your Infernal, you get several of them. Well, by several, I think there's 3, right? And I choose to use Service. So I have my regular demon out all the time, which is my puppy, so that I can use his spell lock to kick. And I use my break in case of emergency, which is usually if I'm being targeted by several people, which is my my seductress, right? Because she like
the charms and all
yeah,
that. Yeah,
she charms them. So it's really good when I'm trying to multitask. So at any given moment, you've got 2, right? And when you use your infernal, when you get your Lord of the Flames, whatever, it would summon 3. So essentially you were like a miniature hunter for X amount of seconds, which is a little overpowered. And I have to agree that it is a little overpowered, more notably in Battlegrounds, for sure. Which is
people group up because they have the AoE and all that.
Definitely overpowered, and I understand why they did that. So they've knocked it down to just 1 in arenas and rated Battlegrounds. Regular Battlegrounds, I'm still gonna fuck your shit up because I'm gonna pop all the things and I'm gonna have all the demons at my beck and call. But in arenas, and rated, I think that I think it makes sense for that. Cremation now deals 2% of the target's maximum health in damage was 3%. I don't know that anybody's going to notice a percent, but I'm sure there are people that do. Right? Am I accurate about that?
Yeah, every inch counts.
Well, only when boys measure. God. For the record, by the by, boys' measurements are not the same as everybody else's measurements, guys. So we're clear.
I wasn't measuring the wall, okay?
And I'm not speaking anything specifically. I'm just saying that, like, boys don't know how to measure, or they think a certain amount is a certain amount when it really isn't. Fantasyland, I guess we'll call it. There might have been a slight disagreement this weekend over the cutting of the drywall. So let's talk about the Protection Warrior. PvP template versatility reduced by 25% for that as well. Once again, I'm glad. I like to see that they're paying attention.
They got the most nerf out of all.
I like to see that they're doing something, and
I don't see any nerfs for Affliction, so they're still king, and Ian's lying to us.
Well, you know, I still haven't been able to test anything PvP related in BFAs, so that's actually on my to-do list over the next, X amount of weeks and whatnot to just go kick stuff around and see what's going on in there. It's been pointless kind of up until now because they always save PvP to the very last, but, I'm interested in what that kind of stuff looks like. So, do the things, do the cha-cha. Darkmoon Faire, the 6th through the 12th. Take advantage of your leveling. Go get your top hat. It's a 1-use only. If you die, it does not persist through death.
I believe it's 10 tickets. Carry multiple on you. Yeah. 10 tickets
yeah, you want to carry multiple on you because if you die, it's gone.
Especially if you're questing and leveling, because if you're smart, you just AFK on the carousel. And
yep. That's what I would do.
Or if you're lazy as well, like me.
Well, and you don't always want to have to run back. So it's good to have those top hats if you have the ability, because it just saves time. If you're still on the, if maybe you just started again after a small break, use the buff also for your reputation, because some people still might need to unlock allied races, and you might be a little bit behind on the times, and that's okay. And, now's a really, really good time with the downtime to go get any flying that you're missing. So if you skipped maybe Draenor flying, if there's flying that you've missed in this Pathfinder situation, now's the perfect time to get it. So that way when we go to, our new land, whenever we need to go back for other stuff, you can fly at ease.
Yeah, you're not no hindrance on where you can go.
And it's account bound, so you want to do that, especially if you're leveling alts. Once you hit Draenor, if you don't have flying because you never decided to do it, it's going to be a bad day. It's going to be sad for you. You're going to have to walk everywhere. Unless you have a nice friend who will cart you. But yes, you take advantage of the Darkmoon Faire. There's the dirigible mount that you can get.
Dirigible.
What is it?
Dirigible.
Dirigible?
Dirigible.
Durga Dibbler?
Durka. Yes.
Somewhere, this is going to be a meme one day. Belle trying to say Durgable. What is it?
And also dirigible.
Dirigible.
Dirigible or dirigable. One of those two.
Dirigible.
But on that note, if you are going to be going through Draenor on an alt during Darkmoon, there's also a XP potion and a level 2 garrison from one of the quartermaster chicks. Well, dwarf.
Well, and there's an elixir as well. And
that one's been nerfed for the drop rate, but yeah.
well,
it's like 300%, but it fades on death, so I could go. There's several different things you could do with that, where you do all of the objectives.
I have a video coming out that's explaining how to use that properly, so you guys can see that in the video. I was trying to shush you because I got this under control.
There's objectives, and
yeah, and that is in my video. It'll be out next week, talking about things to do while we're waiting for BFA. But that is in there. Yes, it was nerfed, but I do have the spots you can farm it on your main and other stuff. So I got the goodies, guys. We're going to be good. And there is 2. He's right. There's one you can get in your garrison.
Candy?
What? You have candy? I want candy.
I heard there's goodies. Where's the candy?
Well, not my goodies. I feel like that's a song. Is it not? Is it not a song?
Moving on.
It is a song. It's a Sierra song. Children's Week. Guys, I want to laugh about this right now. So here's what I want to laugh about. Every year we talk about this Children's Week thing, and I am absolutely appalled that we have to basically
I find it hilarious.
torture our orphans, right? Children's Week, if you've never done it, at least go do it, because you get to basically adopt a little oracle.
Well, it's more like one of those big brother or big sister programs.
Right. A little oracle, a little orphan Draenei. I think there's a human child too, isn't there? I think I only did 2. Or maybe I had to do all of them. I actually don't remember how many I've actually done. But, so I want to laugh about this. So, Wowhead has a guide. And it says, Children's Week is the time of year in which players focus on giving back to the children of the Horde and the Alliance. Innocent victims of ongoing faction war and their efforts versus the Lich King. Orphan children are available to be temporarily adopted from matrons and taken to visit various locations and people throughout Azeroth. Hold on. You mean to tell me that we have to eat a ton of food in front of our orphan? We have to take them into battlegrounds, which is extremely unsafe. Like, I would take my own children, but, I mean, we have to take these kids into battlegrounds. But this is the... Players focus on giving back to the children. Borderline child abuse in game, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that'd be CPS would be called. Yeah.
I'm saying... when I read this yesterday, I was laughing so hard because I thought, wow, that's definitely not what's going on. Children's Week isn't all that complicated. The only one that's slightly complicated is the one where you have to cap the base.
Yeah, the battleground one where you have to...
I think it's Eye of the Storm, isn't it?
Eye of the Storm, War Song, I think Twin Peaks.
Yeah, you have to cap a flag with your orphan out, and it requires other people letting you do that. For anything that's battleground related when it comes to this orphan stuff, get you a group of 5 together. That way you at least have 5 players on your team that you know are going to make sure you can do what you need to do. Because it was really hard for me to try to facilitate that.
It's impossible to go on your own because everyone else is also trying to get the achievement possibly, so...
Exactly. It's the only time everybody actually follows the objectives, which is super funny.
That's actually accurate.
Right. Am I right? Yeah, it's the only time. That's if you want to BG, now's the week.
There's an achievement. Let's work together.
Yeah,
now you want to work together.
Yeah, let's do all the stuff. But have a group of 5 or a couple of people. If you need help in your alliance, find me. We have a Discord. We'll go with you. I don't really have fun anymore.
I'm down.
But
I'm going to do that stuff this weekend anyway.
Oh, you haven't done your Children's Week
no,
ever?
I did it forever ago. I was going to help someone do it, and then the War Song, or the Brawl this week as well.
Yeah, if you guys are Alliance, help, I'll just... I have a Horde, but my Horde's not... my Horde's not ready.
It's enough to fill the slot.
Well, a lot of things are enough to fill the slot, Rem. It doesn't make them right. You said it. I just was making sure
I'll give
people
you that point.
yeah, so if you need help in your alliance, Rem has horde characters, so I'm sure.
I have one that's capable. So
we have a
don't
Discord,
expect
and
greatness.
the Discord, you can go to ponecast.tv if you need to see where you get into the Discord. You can do a command. I think it's like something Discord in our Twitch, and get right in there. Yeah, and somebody will get you. We'll get you in there if you're Alliance Horde. I would have to coordinate with Horde players because I don't have. I think my Horde's only like 107, maybe. I think so.
So you still haven't leveled it. Copy. Shame.
No. I know I'm really bad, guys. But for the children, the whole set of achievements, I think there's like there's 6.
I think it's the 8. Is it 6 or 8?
It says 6.
Because you have to do 5 dailies with the BG. You have to eat a bunch of food in front of them.
That's so mean.
You have to go to certain points in the world or something other. So I mean, it can be done in a couple of days as long as you have a group for that BG.
Yeah. You need the Children's Week achievements for. I mean, you get a title, so you get a gender-specific title. I'm not going to try to assume anybody's gender, so before anybody freaks out and like tries to report us, so I'm not going to make any inferences there, but matron or patron for that title, and you get another event down for your What a Long Strange Trip, which gives you the Violet Protodrake, which is very pretty. Robo were reported. Damn it, just at the height of our Twitch career. We are so...
Yeah, well, I'm reporting you for reporting, so...
And I'm going to report you for reporting him for reporting us. How about that? That's a little trace busta. Anybody who can reference that movie is my hero. So comment, email, reference the movie, and you will be my hero. All right, so moving on. Guys, Blizzard has every quarter they have their report, right? And this report... It's basically, I call it the quarterly report of how rich we are report. Like that's essentially what it is. These things are always public because Blizzard is it's a public, you could buy shares and
stockholders.
Yeah,
and
it's
the reason
public.
Why
well,
the game sucks.
stuff was linked. It was like leaked early, and it caused the points to drop, and like. The people.
See, that's what's stupid about that. The numbers look good. If it's leaked, well, shouldn't that entice the numbers to go?
I don't know how the stock market works, although I like to pretend like I do. But I don't know if because they seen it. I don't know. Is anybody a stockbroker person?
Because I don't know shit about the stock market. I see lines going up and down in numbers, and I'm like, okay, it's in the green. We're good.
Robo TV, are you a stockbroker in real life, or do you know anything about stocks? Max, what about you? Decina, Callie Boo, I know one of you has to be a stock market.
Wow, that's super
professional. What? I'm trying to find us a stock market pro.
How dare you assume?
I know, I just assumed everybody's work. Well, here's the thing. So let me look up exactly what had happened. So oh, got it. Okay, it leaked with an incorrect headline. So perhaps people were maybe like trying to dump their shares because they thought it was going to be bad. So caused their stocks to stop. Caused their stocks to drop 5%. Led to NASDAQ, which I'm not even going to tell you guys what I used to think NASDAQ was. To freeze their stocks for an hour and 20 minutes. Guys, a whole hour and 20 minutes, nobody was trading. No people yelling, I'll buy, give me coffee and pork bellies or something. I watch a lot of movies. But for a long time, I thought NASDAQ was a car company because it sounded like a car company. So it wasn't until I got older and I
How does it sound like a car company?
I don't know. It just like Nissan, it sounded like a car company. So I thought it was a car company for a really long time. That's embarrassing. And I'm never, yeah, NASCAR even. He's exactly right. So I did think it was a car company. It was a very embarrassing moment in college. And I don't remember why it was relevant, but something
Who
was
talks about the NASDAQ?
something was going on, and a fellow student said it, and I was like, why is a car company relevant with whatever? And it was embarrassing. They made fun of me. It's okay though, because I can take it. But to be fair, I didn't do a lot of stock market things. My uncle he's on the floor in Chicago at the Chicago Exchange. He wears the yellow shirts or the yellow jackets, the really ugly ones, and he yells at people and throws paper.
I was going to be involved with the stock market, but I was actually going to go into an economic career.
You were going to be like...
I was top of my class in high school. I went to the Mint, like the U.S. bank, like the fucking whole shebang in Houston.
Interesting. I'm in. Like, let's do it. No? Are we not doing it?
No, it's out the window now, but...
That hurts my feelings. We could be like in that movie with the two old guys and Eddie Murphy.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Trading Places?
Dan Aykroyd is.
I apologize, you're 12, so you wouldn't know what that is. 12-year-olds don't watch adult TV, apparently. Thank you. See? People knew. All right, now that we've gotten our adult stock market lesson for today, let's I don't want to go over like the numbers or anything with the Blizzard report, because I feel like I don't care about that, and I don't think you guys do either. However,
all we need to know is
BFA numbers met and exceeded goals ahead of schedule for this quarter, which
could we maybe base those numbers off of previous pre-orders?
Well, they do,
like,
but what they do is they each I'm trying to really be smart, guys, but it's at the end of the day and I'm so tired. The previous quarter, or for the entire year, like my company, we do our stuff by the quarter before. So what they do is they say, okay, these are our projections. These are what we think we're going to get by X amount of time. So likely they probably said in 2 quarters, which is 6 months, we'll do X amount of dollars for BFA purchase, not sub money. This is separate. This is BFA purchase. This is for BFA. Well, they've met and exceeded their goal ahead of their schedule. I don't know how far ahead of the schedule is. I tried to look at their stupid number spreadsheet, and I already have to do that stuff for work, and I don't want to do that stuff for a game that I play, so I didn't do any of that. But I think we all know the reason. Ally Races, guys. That's the reason they had so many pre-orders ahead of schedule, because there was a reason for people to buy them. There was a reason for people to buy it. Like, okay, so for Legion, we got a boost. I mean, I buy it when it goes on, the second it's pre-order, because...
Well, part of pre-order also was Demon Hunters. That first 2 weeks you're able to...
All you got was the...
But still, it builds hype.
Nobody wants to pay for you to play 5 minutes of one character.
You'd be surprised.
I know, you're probably right. But... and another thing that I thought was interesting is Blizzard had 38 million monthly active users, separated, not characters, whatever. That's what they had user-wise. So they basically took the quarter and they just averaged the monthly users, which is pretty interesting. And it overperformed versus the prior expansion at this same point in time. So at this same time for this quarter previously.
That makes perfect sense, because we're on a drought at this point where it's still a drought because it is the end of the expansion, but it's a lot less than it's ever been, ever.
What's a lot less?
The drought.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. No. I think at this point, the majority of the people that have unsubbed or taken breaks are probably raiders who maybe need a break, or people who like to take the in-between expansion time to play other games, which is, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes you need a break from your main game, because it is a life. But
It's the hard knock life.
I think it's pretty interesting, to say the least. Overwatch is still, you know, continues to add new players. They're all 12-year-olds, guys, but that's okay. It's not what's important here. They're still adding them, whether they're 12 or not. And Hearthstone, of course. I mean, Hearthstone's just Hearthstone. That's just a beast in itself. They had Monster Hunt. Is it an expansion or additional card packs?
I know they recently did
Dark.
an expansion and also new cards. So
Yeah, I like to watch the visual stuff of Hearthstone. I like to watch their art too, just because it's Hearthstone. It's all part of the same universe we play. It's pretty good stuff. Well, guys, let's all invest in Blizzard stock. I had stock with Blizzard for a while. I sold it because I got sick of that shit. I don't know how to do it, so
you buy it, sit it, and watch it.
I don't have the time, the energy.
You don't need the time or the energy. You just
All of my
can get
brain cells go to work and to teaching my children not to be assholes as adults.
you know you can set a reminder like on your phone where it just pings you, hey, this has gone
It
up.
does?
Yeah. Yahoo Finance.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
E-Trade is one of our customers, and I wonder if I could get like a free,
Totally frowned upon.
if I could get a free guy to be my like dude, right? Doesn't E-Trade, don't they have people that do that? No?
I don't know.
Also, I'm really cheap. I don't want to give a lot of money.
Penny
I
stocks.
want to give you $5 and I want you to make that into 100,000. Can you do that? Is that a thing?
No, it's not.
No, it's
Considering one stock of Blizzard is probably what, like a couple $100 at the moment, I think.
When I bought it, it was like $17 a share, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even actually know how much I paid for it. I just thought it was interesting, and my bank offered.
Oh,
What is it now?
66 doll hairs.
Well, that's not a whole lot. Is that I don't know if that's a lot. But
Well, per share, that's
oh, yeah, I don't want to give a ton of money. I should have invested in Bitcoin. I'm kicking myself in the arse, guys. We could have been sitting on a fucking beach in a tropical island right now had I have invested.
yeah. This car company website is pretty useful.
I know, NASDAQ. NASDAQ's the new NASCAR. If anybody's listening that's involved in finance, and if I could give you $5 legally and you can turn it into $100K legally where I won't go to jail because I've been there, it's not fun. I would give you an extra $5 for your effort.
Get a total of $10.
That's making money, guys. $10 is $10. I'm an embarrassment to the world. Honestly, though, I have only a little bit of brain power, and that brain power today was just used up between work and my children. The kids go back to school tomorrow. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the whole shebang is
Finally,
done.
my state got their shit together. They fixed things with our teachers, I think, question mark. Either that or they fired everybody and hired different people. But they go back to school.
Yeah, they, long story short, they increased the funding for the actual programs and a small raise for the teachers. It was never about the teachers, about the funding. But yeah. What's going on in BFA?
I'm not ready to talk about BFA yet, okay?
Oh,
Don't rush me.
That's awkward because it's...
Don't rush me before I'm ready. Okay, just kidding. Honestly, though, yesterday I had like a mini meltdown on Facebook, and I was like, I guess I'll just teach my fucking kids myself. Like, I was so mad because even with my door shut, my kids were like, one sounded like a fucking pterodactyl, and the other one, I don't know what was going on downstairs. And I was on a work call. So I texted my husband, and I'm like, hey, it's really super soundproof, except I can hear the Jurassic Park Chronicles going downstairs. If we could please not embarrass me on company conference calls, that would be super. Because I already have to concentrate really hard to not say cuss words on conference calls. So
Fuck that.
I have a whole different office voice, guys. You wouldn't even recognize professional Bell.
Oh, it's like a customer service voice.
Yeah, you guys would never even recognize professional Bell.
Look on the next slide.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. My husband said one day, because he was listening, I was doing I think I was doing a walkthrough for one of the vendors we were integrating their app into our library, and I got up, it was like a 2-hour call. So I got off the call and my husband goes, "You're really," no, he goes, "You're really, really smart." And I was like,
what did he want that day?
I mean, I have 2 degrees. I suppose there should be some form of intelligence. And he's like, "No, like, I didn't realize how good you were at your job and how smart you were." And I'm like, "You don't even know how good I am at my job. You have no idea. I could have been really bad and just totally faking it." And he's like, "Well, it sounded really good." I don't know if that meant previous to that he thought I was just some schmuck who did work somewhere. What are you laughing at?
Huh?
Huh.
Oh, there's a joke somewhere in there.
There's probably a lot of jokes in there somewhere. So my original plan to talk about, there's a lot of BFA stuff, and I want to make sure that I know that the reality is you guys are going to get this information all over the net quicker than we can provide it to you because we are a weekly show. But what I do want to do is I want to make sure that as we go towards BFA that I just take small things, chunk them up, and we can hammer it out, talk about it. I wanted to talk about all the reputation stuff.
Oh, yeah.
With tabards and mounts. But I was trying to collage the pictures. My children were screaming and they needed baths. My husband wasn't here and shit was on fire. Rem was already ready for the show. I'm trying to shove pizza down my throat. And I just said, okay, we'll do the reputation stuff next weekend or next week because I have good stuff there. So,
oh, wow.
And I even did some research on the 7th Legion, which I think you'll be super impressed. There, I did a little bit of research.
What is the 7th Legion?
An army, my dude. Technically, they're like Navy SEALs in a sense. Although it's not necessarily. I don't know that it's necessarily water, but.
Well, no, they're more like the Green Berets.
Yeah, but they've been present at every single Alliance, major war incursion situation that Alliance has been in. These guys come in and that's what they do. But they're adding that tabard. So we'll talk about that next week. We'll show some visuals, go over that. I want to make sure that I do that part justice, and I didn't have the images done in time because I have to collage them and make them look pretty, guys. I have to wrap it up in a nice little package for you. But let's talk about real quickly what the prestige being account-wide means. Now, am I the only one that when I say prestige account-wide, I say prestige worldwide in my mind and I hear the echo? Am I the only one?
It's the goddamn Catalina wine.
Like, I just need to know if anybody else says that when they read
funny
prestige account-wide. Does anybody read it?
One of our clients in all the lobbies of their buildings, they have prestige worldwide on a little billboard.
I feel like I want to get that tattoo, but then I think I'll regret it when I'm older.
That's something I would regret, yeah.
Maybe. I just want to make sure I'm not the only one. Because I say it and then I hear the echo in, like when he's on the mic, I hear the echo. I just wanted to give you guys a quick note. It was talked about on Twitter because people wanted clarification of what the account-wide means. Basically, the honor that you have across all your characters is going to be merged towards your overall goal. So it doesn't mean if you have one toon that's, prestige 2 and you have another that's prestige 1, that does not equal prestige 3. It's strictly an honor convergence of sorts towards your overall progress with BFA when that happens. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew. Now let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. The druid. What? You have to do math? I mean, do you? Guys, Kul Tirans. Now, I've been super excited about this, but then I got really sad. So you mean to tell me I can't choose my body type? I have to go with that one body type? Is that real, Rem?
That's how every other race is.
Well, Bell's not going...
World of Warcraft has never been about like body sliders or customization.
I know. It makes me sad. Bell is not going to go Kul Tiran unless they change her face because... The face is awful, guys, and Belle is not made
cool.
to be ugly. So unless it's different live, because this is just like, I went into the dressing room, and I thought, okay, well, let me see what potentially Belle could look like, because I was putting on all the tabards so I could take pictures of the tabards. Yeah, she's ugly. I can't even talk about it. Some of the faces are actually kind of cool, but I don't feel like that they would match Belle. So I am going to have to race change. I think I'm just going to race change one of my other tunes. I'm really sad because I thought Belle was going to be Kul Tiran, but unless they do a drastic fucking facelift and they don't make her look like that chick from fucking Total Recall, then I can't. You know who I'm talking about, Rem?
The chick with the 3 tits?
No. Yeah, no. Well, Automatic Jack, I think he's slated for the 20... I'm pretty sure he's slated for the 24th. The problem with Jack is he has a lot going on, and we've already missed the mark on 2 different shows, and Belle doesn't like that. Belle actually doesn't like that at all. So we're going to give it a 1/3 time, and then we're not going to do it a 3rd time after that. He's just really busy. He does a lot of things, and I get it. And it's tough for him because he's finishing school, so we're going to do it towards the end of the month. That way he has time, especially with the MDI stuff. He doesn't get any break at all.
Well, I guess you just need to fight the man, Drone Bar.
Yeah, he does a lot, and he streams. I mean, he just has a lot going on, which is totally fine, not a complaint on Belle's part, but I'm about consistency, and I'm about when we say we have something going on that we do it. So, I'm pretty sure the 24th is when I think he finishes school next week. So we should be able to make a go of it then, which is exciting because I think Rem has some good pre-stuff.
Oh yeah, that was put on the wayside. That's right.
Now, guys, let's talk about Kul Tirans, and let's talk about the druid forms. Now, look, hold on. Sorry about that. I haven't had an opinion on the druid forms of any of the, what's coming in BFA because I don't main druid. Although I have an opinion on what I would like to look like when I'm on my druid, I don't want to presume to know how those that have been druids for some time feel when it comes to something. And I think...
Well, you can always comment on the aesthetics, so...
Yes, for sure. And... I don't understand these Kul Tiran forms at all. I don't understand them. So, Rem, I'm going to show these forms. First, we're going to talk... I don't know which one I have first. I might have the travel form first. I don't understand... Okay. So, this is the travel form. I don't understand why it's a skeleton. Is it because the wicker things in the forest? I mean... Yeah.
My assumption is it's because of the trust and the way that land is.
You guys can't see my face right now, but
it looks hideous. I'm not a fan of any of the forms.
Hope you guys enjoyed the sounding barking of my special dog. She's special.
But what I find interesting about these forms as well is because the Gilneans were part of they weren't druids in the sense that they could form and change and all that, but they were part of like some harvest. I can't remember the name of their little group, but so Gilneans used to be like study like the druidic art and stuff.
Well, I know that we do in BFA where there's a fair amount of weird shit going on in the woods, right? There's sacrifices and all kinds of other weird shit that we stumble upon, and I know that there's these wicker beasts, and they even have the little dogs, the little pets. I don't know why a Kul Tiran human would be this, except if that's part of it. So if maybe because the Kul Tirans had been... I know that Drusfar is, it's cursed because... It's
cursed because of the indigenous people that used to live there. They were
we killed them all.
By the Kul Tirans, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And
we
so
just
I'm thinking this is going to be their explanation for them being druids, is they're going to be more like witchcraft or something other, because they aren't typically going to be transforming it into a, like, for instance, the stag form is because of Malorn, one of the wild gods that they look at, like, not look up to, but they worship.
Well,
They don't have anything like that, so that maybe they're creating their own forms out of what they know. I'd have to actually look into it, because there's nothing that we know about Drust and that race, because it's brand new.
yeah, and just, we don't mess with, you know, drums.
I mean, have you seen Hocus Pocus?
We don't mess with the spouse, man. She's a bad mofo, okay? We don't mess with the wife. You don't want to cross the wife, really, if I'm being 100% honest. Okay, so then we have the bear form, which I don't like the stag form at all. I don't like it at all. I don't.
It looks too undead looking.
I think it looks like a retarded giraffe, but whatever. I don't like it. But I do fancy... Now, keep in mind, there's different colors, right? Depending on your race. Not race. Race.
Probably like your hair color, skin color, stuff like that.
You know how, like, I guess can you customize? I don't even know. I didn't pay attention because I don't really druid.
It's based
druid.
on your hair color and your skin color.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Usually.
So, the bear, I actually kind of like from the front. I don't really like it from the side, but I dig the vibe of the bear a little bit better than I do the travel form. It's not as bad. How do I go to the previous one? Shit. Hold on, guys. I'm new. Yeah, the front, I like it. I think it's cool. I dig it. Side.
It looks more made out of bark or wood instead of like that one where it's like a skull. Like, it looks undead, where that one looks like it's like an actual transformation.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's all weird. Super weird.
It's
and then you have the cat form, which that's scary coming at you if you're feral. I kind of like it, but I think it would depend. Maybe if I was drunk. Or if I smoked a little herb, or snorted a line of coke, I might like it.
That's weird.
I just don't particularly fancy it. Looks like I just need to feed it a sandwich, or it needs 25 cents a day. I'm sure I just offended somebody, so feel free to report. But yeah, it just looks like it's starved.
Bella, you've already been reported today.
I know, I've already been reported, and I'm okay with that. I like the front, but I don't.
They definitely look gnarly.
Oh, God, you did not just say that. The front looks super good. Hold on. I don't know how to go back to the previous. Oh, maybe it's P. Nope, it's not. I don't know how to work this. Shit. Well, yeah, I don't know. The front is cool. The side, not my favorite. And then we're going to go back to Derpy McDo number 2.
Derpy McDo number 2.
Maybe I need to spend more time in Kul Tiran land in order to get a feel for...
You see more of it, I believe you see some more of that witchcraft stuff in the Storm Song, or it's the Wicker Man and stuff.
I haven't gotten to do much of that recently, so I probably, myself, I still don't like the stag form. I do like the bear.
It was a quest area right before Storm Song. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah, I probably need to go and just kind of get one with my land, my native land. Because even though, unless they give
From sea to Shining Sea.
Unless they give the female faces some difference, because I either get like a Cyclops scar or like bags under my eyes, but they don't let me change like my actual like I have to have the same face. And it's not... A
Cyclops scar?
Yeah, like there's the eye's white and there's a scar going through it on one of the eyes.
Oh, I thought you meant like there's like used to be an eye on their phone.
Oh, I guess I used the wrong word. But I don't want to look like Helga, because that's kind of what she looks like. So I'm not about that life. It's just not fun for me. I was really sad. That hurt my feelings. So now I just have to decide what other of my tunes I switch to Kul Tiran because it's not going to be Belle. I'm really attached to Belle's skin, and when they changed the models, while I did fight a little bit because I was so used to Belle the way that she looked, and I struggle with my hair identity, right? My hair identity, I guess, because before they did the model changes, she had that cool bun with hair coming down as like a messy bun. And then they changed it, and now it's an old lady bun. And I rock that old lady bun, guys, because she's always had a bun, so I rock it. There was a brief moment in time where she had longer hair, but I'm really attached to her skin, so I'm just going to have to find another one to make the Kul Tiran human. Because I do like the...
That's what skin is good for, being attached.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm really attached to the way that Belle looks, and like I feel like I'm part of her and I'm in her skin. Sound a little weird. Yeah, it's a little.
Okay, Leatherface.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, and you're right. Some of those gnomes do look oddly like they've been around the block a couple times in Crack Alley. It hurts my feelings a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
Look, I have bags under my eyes in real life. I don't need to have them in game. I need to live in a fantasy.
I'm more attached to the actual class than the race or look of it.
Then you are not fully immersed in your character, and you would not make a good RPer.
Actually, I make a backstory every time I have to change their
backstory. Doesn't have anything to do with it all the time. That just means you're not fully immersed, and you would make a good RPer. I don't know anything about RP, so I'm just talking shit.
I'm about to say, I'm confused.
I did, though, guys. Remember, I've been to the RP servers. I have a dark side.
Doesn't count.
I have a dark side, and it wasn't PG-13 RP either. I have a dark side.
It wasn't even rated R. It's NC-17, guys. Like,
it was pretty cool, actually.
Bottom bitch doesn't count, though. Still,
I love bottom bitch. You leave her alone. She's my dude. We've seen things together. Her and I in the graveyard with a worgen and a shaman wolf. Not even lying, that really happened. And I was stumbling through. When I say stumbling, I was being nosy as fuck. But I was just checking things out. I'd never been to Moonguard, and we have Bottom Bitch, who is my my tune on Moonguard. And I thought, I'm just gonna go check this out, what's going on in this graveyard, because this shit is interesting to me. If a graveyard is being, introduced into the scene here as a form of ERP, I want to see what's going on. So I was trying to hide, like behind it might have been a woodshed. I'm not really sure what it was. And of course, all my friends, they don't have class. You can't just if you're gonna be a peeker, or what is it, a voyeur?
Voyeur.
Yeah, if you're gonna be creeping on people, you need to do that shit stealthy. Like, you can't just run in the middle of their situation and be like, "Hi guys, I'm here." They did. They're so rude. But yeah, there was a druid and a worgen and a shaman wolf. It was a little interesting, to say the least. So I stood there for a while as I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. They were connected as much as you could be in game. And then they did get very upset because we intruded on their ERP grave time, which, guys, on a grave, come on. I'm not going to judge you because I thought that shit was kind of cool. I just wanted to know what they were saying, morbid curiosity. I wanted to whisper them and be like, yo, could you add me to the group chat so I could, be a part of this?
Whisper. They don't do it in group chat.
And then there's a lot of, dominatrix stuff that happens down in the basement of the inn.
Oh, yeah. They get freaky.
Yeah, there's
Goldshire.
There was a dude in leather pants and a top hat with no shirt. I don't know if it was a top hat. I feel like it was, but I don't think you can transmog those. But it was some kind of hat, maybe a bowler hat. And there was a very scantily clad female. I tried to get in. I was trying to hey, allow me in. We could do threes. They didn't let me in.
That's not what that means.
That was that same moment in time that Sauce it in. Secret Sauce.
Yeah, he made money. He made mad money.
Secret Sauce was with us, and Secret Sauce, an old cast member, his tune on Moonguard is Fellatio, which is fucking funny. And I think we needed silver or gold so that we could take a griffin. Because we were freshies. We wanted to take a griffin. And he was trying to make us money for a ride. Well, I didn't know Secret was going to commit fully to his immersion. Oh, guys, he committed fully to his immersion. I saw my friend say things I never thought I would ever see my friend say. I watched him do things in game to another player while they were sitting on a wooden chair that I never thought I would ever see. I was blushing because we were all on Skype. I was blushing. Does make you wonder though, because he did a really great job. Yeah. And he got tipped even. He got paid and he got tipped.
He painted that picture very, very well.
Yeah, so if you see Secret out and about, or you want to at him on Twitter, see if maybe he'll hook you up with a private session. Tell him you're interested in his fellatio services, because that's what it was, guys. Anyway, now that we took that detour, I feel like it was important. Well, the druid stuff is hit or miss, and I do agree. I think the Zandalari forms of the druid are a little bit rough. A little scary. Some of them are okay, but there was one I think I hated. It might have... Oh, it's the new Boomkin. The new...
Oh, the emaciated...
Yeah, the chicken form that looks like... it looks like the KFC chickens at their chicken farm.
Pretty accurate.
Well, because they make their own. They grow their own. They engineer their own without feathers. Also, it's kind of weird. I don't know if anybody knew that, but they're...
I didn't know that.
KFC's chickens, they engineer their chickens without feathers. Their chicken's still good, though, and I still eat it, so I hope I didn't offend anybody. But, yeah, they engineer it without feathers. Anyway.
Plucking feathers sounds like a... bad situation, so...
This weekend, I don't know if I'm going to have the office set back up in time to stream early on Friday. If I do stream on Friday, it'll be BFA stuff because I really need to get in there and do that. And it'll be on the later side. So any of my night owls that want to hang out on a late Friday night, just join the Discord so we can be in conversation. But I'm going to take the whole office apart on Friday. Well, tomorrow morning, rather. And if we get everything put together, I need to get the green screen put up, and hopefully all that stuff goes the way that it needs to go. That would be super awesome. But I do plan on streaming. I know I have not been doing it, and I am so sorry. The Kickstarter stuff, I'm supposed to have it live tomorrow. Still waiting for 2 things, so I can't set it live until I get 2 things I'm waiting for. And once I get that, I'm going to push to try to get that. I tried to push yesterday, but it didn't get me very far. But I did get both concepts for 2 shirts, and they're fucking badass. Ram, remind me to show you the second. I finally got the rough of the second redo. It's so good. So, guys, with me prefacing that, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you're reading, do we have subtitles? Maybe YouTube does it automatically. Save your monies, because when the Kickstarter's live, we're only going to be able to have it up for like 40-ish days because we're already super behind, and it takes like 30x amount of days once the Kickstarter funds. But we had to increase our goal because cost goes up every year, just is what it is. I'm going to need all your monies, whether it's $5 or, whatever. I'm going to need all your money. So save your pocket change, guys. Save your little doll hairs. If you still use cash, save all your quarters into a thing and then go cash that in and back the Kickstarter.
$5 make you holler.
Or just share it, whatever. But I'm rallying the troops now because I'm going to need everyone if I'm going to make this DitchCon Hallow Zen thing happen, and it happen in style. I signed on my second celebrity judge for the costume contest at DitchCon. I'm so excited.
Oh, can I announce that I'm one of the judges?
No.
Just kidding.
The second judge is going to be Jari.
Oh.
And I'm so excited because she's so hot, and I just get to stand next to her on the stage. I was like, I'll just be your water girl, okay? So I have 2 now. I'm going to try to get a third. So Sko and I had a conversation, and I was like, so, like, I would totally love it if you would be a judge. He goes, I don't have any business judging costumes. I'm like, you're right. I'll just get you drunk instead. That sounds better. You just sit there and drink while Jari does all the judging with Chad. So, working on a third.
It's the Chad.
The Chad, because the Chad is great. I'm really excited, though, because she's hot. And hot people always bring all the boys to the yard. So, like, you know, I'm going to plaster her.
Guys in my yard, that's fucking weird.
I feel like I'll get a ton of backers if I just put her picture on the Kickstarter. Here.
Probably.
Back for no reason, even if you don't know who we are, what we do, or what this is for. Just back because
Pretty
I have
face.
a smoking hot... Smoking. Guys, did I say the word smoking? I'm just going to say it 4 times. Yeah, we want to test the orcs and the dwarves. I feel like I want to test the dwarves really bad because I saw... I was doing some stuff in the dressing room on Wowhead because I was pulling the tabard pictures for the new reps, and the dwarves are looking a little bit all right, if I'm being 100% honest. I mean, they're looking...
They're dwarves, so...
But they don't look like, to me, they always looked a little derpy. I guess maybe it's the combination that people put together of maybe the hair and face, I don't know. But it's looking pretty badass, so I want to create characters this weekend. So I'm going to be doing that Friday night. I think I'm streaming Saturday night. Just remember, Friday night it's going to be a later stream. So if it's going to be at like 9 o'clock. I'll try to do it on time, but we'll just kind of have to play that by ear and see how it works. I don't work Saturdays, so I can pretty much do what I want with no recourse. Now, Rem?
Yeah. What's up?
I totally had a brain fart. Chronicles 3. We're talking Encourage, yes?
Yas.
Funny you mention that because the 7th Legion was involved in that, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, this bitch did her research this week. Too bad I didn't get to use it because I couldn't get the pictures done in time, but I did my research.
Yes, I am talking about Encourage. Again, this is basically because of the fact that Chronicles Volume 3 expands and solidifies what actually happened during the raid instead of heroes went in there. It's a done deal. There's actually a lot of
Cthulhu's in
Cthulhu, yeah.
Encourage, right? Right. Old
Yeah,
God.
so the reason we went to Encourage is a gentleman named Cho'Gall. If you never heard of him, he's kind of an asshole.
I played him on Heroes of the Storm.
That doesn't count. He is an ogre, magi, if you want to be really correct. He has 2 heads, leads to Twilight's Hammer, all around bad guy, servant of the void, master of nothing. And so he was called by the void to open up Cthulhu's prison, which he was able to succeed with. And so basically with the raid in the game, what we did is we collected supplies and we opened up the doors to Encourage, went through the raid, kicked ass. But through the story, Anduin Wynn had like a hero's call out, and so this was the first time since probably the Third War where the Horde and the Alliance joined together and worked together to take on a single enemy. Whereas before it was the Burning Legion, now it was Cthulhu and the Silithid and all the bugs, minions of Cthulhu.
Is that like his babies?
It's more of his creations.
But how were they born?
Well, you see, when a daddy old god and a mommy old god.
Also, Max, I didn't say Uncle Raj, okay? Maybe I did. Ew, something is sticky on my desk. Sorry, I'm gonna mute while you do that.
So the faceless ones and the Silithid and all those minions are actually made the same way the Stormforged and the Stone Golems were, well, the Stone Dwarves were made. They were made from the land because we are, well, humans, dwarves, and gnomes are all creations of the Pantheon. the same way the Faceless Ones, the Kithraxi, and the Silithid are creations of the old gods.
Okay, when you say creation, though, did they throw a bunch of shit into a pot and poof? Or was there magic? Like, I've never actually understood. Like, I know our human version of,
See, what they did is they have a pot, they put in some sugar, some spice, and everything nice, and it gets mixed with chemical X. And you get that reference.
No, does anybody know? Is there...
No, they formed it and gave it life. It's their creation.
But how?
When you're a powerful being, you can create.
So nobody knows how it's created, and we don't know if it's a spell. We don't know if they sewed a bunch of cotton together and made a tiny doll.
It's a mix of bringing a clay doll to life through power.
Huh. Well,
humans are a spinoff of Vrykul, but Vrykul before that were Stormforged. They were soldiers that went up against the Black Empire. And the reason Vrykul are the way they are now is because Yogg-Saron has a curse of flesh. And so that churned all the Stormforged, all the Mechanomes, and all of the little... what did they call it? The iron dwarves and all those to become flesh.
Why are we short then? If we're Vrykul descendants, the Kul Tirans, we know they're taller, and
this is a long time, and so we were kind of like the. So what they did is Vrykuls were having children that were really, really, really small and almost like what's the word? Like I don't want to insult people, but they were special. They were malnourished, kind of looking, and so what they did is they were going to kill off those little ones, and there were a bunch of other families within some clans that couldn't do that, and so they saved the babies, went off on their own, and henceforth that's how humans came to be.
Well, who, whither, why for? Since we're saying shit like henceforth, and my husband tries to randomly use ergo in a fucking sentence, and it never is like part of the sentence structure, and it doesn't make any sense when he says it. He tries to find other words to mix with it so he could say the word. It's actually funny. So we're like the scraps left over from angry gods. The regular humans, I mean.
Yes and no, yeah. But we've kind of proven ourselves to be worthy of being more than scraps.
It's true. You're right. So Cthulhu...
So Cthulhu is being broken out of his prison, and so that's a big problem. And Anduin Wynn called the Horde and the Alliance to join forces and kick ass. And so, based on the story that's been chronicled, is the Horde was holding off the lines of all the bugs, and the Alliance and the 7th Legion went into the Encourage and all the Labyrinth and all that, and went against all the Silithid, all the bosses, and went up against Cthulhu, and eventually was able to kill him.
Now, we were talking in the past about where his prison is. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
I, for some reason, thought you said it was under the Well of Eternity, around the Well of Eternity, around the Night Well, underneath Suramar.
What?
For his prison? No? Am I confused about that?
For which one? There's like 3 prisons.
Oh, he has several?
Well, no, Cthulhu, and then you have Yogg-Saron, and then you have N'Zoth.
Oh, maybe it's N'Zoth I was thinking
N'Zoth is somewhere under the water.
Like, we think under Suramar, I thought you said, right?
Well, that was one of the assumptions, because drown yourself in the Circle of Stars.
Okay.
There was a location nearby the Suramar that could work, but it's more likely somewhere near Kul Tiran and Broken Isles.
Okay. At least I pay attention. It's hard, because it doesn't N'Zoth and Cthulhu look the same? Don't they all relative? Aren't they all blobs of shit?
They're all blobs of shit, but they also have different they have different appearances, mannerisms, and like what their power is. Like Yogg-Saron is good at corrupting people.
Yeah, I was inside that dude's brain, okay?
N'Zoth is good at
Creepy whispers that make you want to jump off a cliff.
Whispers. Yeah, so he's good at manipulation and like a mastermind kind of thing, whereas Yogg-Saron just takes over.
AKA my birth father. Got it. Got it. And I don't remember much of Cthulhu because I killed him and I went back in there for the Nightmare Mount.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to go there.
Yeah.
I watched a video. Someone was talking about it. I don't remember her name.
Some chick who used to do videos, but she doesn't even have time to put on a real bra during the day. So, anyway, and then we killed him. And then we're heroes.
So Alliance got the credit for the actual kill, but it was a joint effort, like I said, for the first time since the Third War, which is awesome because tensions were kind of tight after the Third War between Horde and
that's
Alliance.
why Horde always wants to kill us, because we take the credit for everything because we're assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'd probably take the credit too.
Well, Horde gets credit for I believe it's Maraudon and other stuff that I can expand on, like because Maraudon actually is affected by the centaurs. And
is this the frolicking ones in Dreamgrove or actual?
Oh, no, those are dryads. The centaur is the one that are
like actual badasses.
Yeah.
Huh.
The Tauren and the centaur have been having a feud for generations and generations, and it's only stopped because of the Horde being created, pretty much in Durtar.
Huh. Interesting. I am reading through Volume 2 right now.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I'm making my way downtown.
Okay.
Yeah. In the tub, little by little. I have to be careful. It's so big, I don't want to drop it. I'm sure he said that or she said that at some point. But I have to be really careful in the tub that I don't, so I don't drop it. But I am making my way through that because I feel like...
And what I like about it, too, is it's actually just fun to just read through it because some of it's actually really interesting.
I already went over each page to see the pictures because that's the kind of person I am.
It's not a picture book.
Honestly, though, hey Six, what's up, dude? No, honestly though, I love to read, so I just don't get quiet very often. For my screaming children. One day there'll be silence, guys, and it'll probably be the day when I'm old and deaf, and I don't know if I'll welcome it then.
It'd be a lot easier then if you just turn off your hearing aids.
I'm not supposed to tell them I got hearing aids. Or, yeah, dude, listen, I have tried to reason with Rem in this mustache. I have tried. He came to my house for dinner, and I'm like, bro, why? Look at his face. Look at it right now. Just look. It's just patchy. I think he was testing. He was testing to see if he could actually grow.
It was for science. I'm going to shave it this weekend.
But mine is better already.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, mine's better already. It's like it's already an improvement.
Not everyone has good genes, guys, okay? I look good in jeans, but I get the good genes.
Hey, do we have a mount of the week?
No.
Guys, we are without a mount of the week.
Well, because we've been so on and off on the weeks, I didn't know what we're doing.
There's a mount of the week every week.
I'm not informed.
Whoa. You have show notes that are global, guys. They're global show notes. They're over the cloud.
Well, there's been times where I had it filled up and we didn't do it, so...
It's okay. I didn't fill up my stuff
time
either.
isn't even...
I'm so over you right now. So this week, your guys' focus should be on leveling alts or leveling an allied race if you're interested in the heritage armor, because with the 6th for Darkmoon Faire, take advantage of the experience stuff there. Go and level and do things. I think I'm at I'm probably at the same level I was
No,
last
you're
time.
at the same level you were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I did go on there and do a couple runs. I did a couple dungeon runs solo. I think I got a level. A
And then
whole
you're like,
level.
done.
I got a whole level. It's just
It's
really...
been 87 years.
No, and 6, I want you to know that it's the same one. So this isn't a regrow. It is the same one you saw last week, which makes it even worse.
I didn't have it last week.
Yes, you did, because...
It was like a day old last week.
Yeah. It's the exact same one that was on last
know.
week. I'm going to go grab a screen grab of last week's episode.
Okay.
We're going to measure how much growth has actually happened. I feel like I probably have more hair on my right leg than you do up here. Maybe. Yep, probably. Listen, I haven't had time to shave, guys. I'm busy, okay? We're busy. Yeah, so take advantage of that and do your Children's Week stuff. Even if you're nowhere near close to getting What a Long Strange Trip, or maybe you just are new and you want to start What a Long Strange Trip, just do it. Get it done.
Never too late.
Yeah, get that one knocked out. Because you figure whenever you start, whichever event you choose to start that with as far as the holidays are concerned, it's only a year from that point. So it's not that big of a deal. It took me 2 years to get mine because I think I missed Brewfest 1 year. I don't remember why. I know there was a reason, but I think I was offline because something was going on and I missed like the whole Brewfest. I was really sad actually. But yeah, go get that done because there's no real excuse. There's no real reason to not have that kind of stuff done. Especially leveling. You shouldn't be stuck on your Nightborn at level 43 for 4 months. Like, that's just ridiculous that somebody would even...
God, who does that?
Yeah, I'm excited tomorrow, actually. I'm like 150 million, 11% positive that I am going to... I'm going to make sure that I get started early, which is going to not make my husband super happy with the office stuff because I do want to stream. I want to go check out... They have the trade market up at... for Borealis. I want to go see the additions because it was empty last time I was in there.
Oh yeah, no, they're starting to flesh it out. So I'm
see,
excited to see what's.
Decina knows we've been there. We dudes, because yeah, I'm 43. I've been 43 since like the second week after I created the Nightborn because yeah, it just happens, guys. But next week is the 10th. And for the show, and I don't remember if I have a guest or not. If I don't, it's probably going to be for a reason, mainly because there's a lot of content that I wanted to cover tonight earlier in the show that I didn't get to do because I'm a perfectionist and didn't want to present content without the proper images that are collaged together so it's structured and organized. But with that, next week will be jam-packed with all of the things. We are... No, we're not going to talk about that right now. I was going to talk about... It doesn't matter. Guys, I'm just retarded, okay? I'm sure I offended somebody. You can report me. But that's pretty much what we have for this week's show. I am just double checking to make sure that I didn't miss any important announcement. I know I wanted to talk about the MDI thing. The thing is, like, I don't really watch the MDI. I watch it, meaning I throw it up there.
It a view.
I give it a view. I throw it up on my husband's Twitch. I give it a view. But the only thing I care about is how Method is doing. I don't care about anything else when it comes to the MDI because I'm being 100% real. My get down is PvP. We know that. MDI is not my thing. So I'm thinking I'm going to ask Rem to take over the MDI stuff since I'm kind of like about that PvP life. I'm going to ask Rem to start taking over the MDI stuff since we're kind of in the heat of it. And I think we have another schedule coming up soon, maybe. But I think I'm going to start having him see if he wants to take that on to follow that to talk about the way that kind of stuff works out, because I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't really know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I know if Method wins or loses, that's all I know. And that's all I care about. I don't care about any of the other teams. at all. Period.
I guess I'm doing that.
I like them all. I love them all. And I need them all so that Method can win. But I'm about Method. I don't care about anybody else. And I know that there was there was resets that happened because that shit was all over Twitter.
Because there was issues with an ISP provider.
Yeah, like man.
Sorry, that was redundant. ISP.
Stress and drama, and for shame. It's not their fault, but shit happens. Ultimately, though.
Professionally, though, so that's good news.
Ultimately, though, Method did not win. And what did we just say 5 seconds ago? I only care about Method and what they're doing. But KJL's Angels, right? Did I say that right?
I don't know what the teams are.
This was European, wasn't it?
I only got this project right now, so I don't know the teams yet.
Right. So Rem's going to start covering this for you guys moving forward. That way we could split it equally, right? Don't you think that's a good teamwork effort? And I got you to agree live on the show.
Because I have no choice in that. I think I should do PvP and you
No, that'll never happen in a million years.
I could probably explain it better than you.
Yeah. No, Jim, that'll never happen in a million years. Never.
Or
Jim,
I can do MDI and PvP and
Jim used to say that same thing. You should let me have the PvP segment. I would rather you jump off a cliff and land on a stake sticking out of the ground. So there's that. The thing is, I don't want to learn something new. I'm not going to lie, guys. That's honestly what it boils down to. I already am locked in with my PvP brain. I know what it means in tourneys. I know the weight of things that happen. I know when somebody misses a kick or when somebody misses a CC or something. I know what that stuff means without even having the casters have to say it for those who don't. MDI already is a little confusing for me because I am not high-end PvE, guys. I don't even understand that. I don't know how these guys do it. I have no idea. It's fun to watch occasionally if it's... What's the team, guys? What's the only team I care about? Do you guys remember the name of that team? You remember?
Rejects?
Wow, what a piece of shit. No. Anybody else? Audience? Anybody raising their hands? What method? What method?
Legion?
Was it method? I'm pretty sure it was method. I feel like it was method.
Or was it Vod? No. It was Vod.
It was Mentos. Yes, it was Mentos. Yeah. Method's totally the only team I care about. That's it. Blood Legion. Didn't they die?
Yeah, they're no longer a thing.
No longer a thing. Yeah, Method's all I care about.
You have someone raid leading like Rignoros, you're not going to last long.
Not for nothing though, we really have good players on the Method MDI team. I obviously, because I'm in the Discord and stuff, I get to see their hard work that they put in, especially with the guides and stuff that they're doing on Wowhead, that little partnership that they have going on, and Dari, who is I'm not sure what her official communications manager, I'm not sure what her official title is. We just call her Mom. She did all the voiceover for their guides and stuff, but it's pretty solid stuff, especially if you're up a notch, a little higher level. They got really skilled guys that are taking care of that when it comes to the PvE stuff. And I'm going to have to, pluck some information from them. It's always going to be Method Orange, honestly. It's always going to be whatever team... If I say this, I'm going to offend people. Whatever team Sidhu's on, and when it comes to Method, because I'm pretty sure he's going to die being Method, that's going to be the team that will ultimately get my full love. I have a lot of love for I have a lot of love for Snuts and all of that. But it's always going to be Dew because I love his wife. And I love his wife to death. She is so precious and amazing and beautiful pregnant. Absolutely. I look like a fucking... That was a train wreck, guys, my pregnancies. And she just makes it look like... It's effortless. She's just...
Yeah, she's like, I'm so comfortable in my skin.
Yeah, it's so super effortless. It just happens to do a thing. So, yeah, it's always going to be Dew. It'll be Dew until Dew wins. Because when Dew wins, I believe that'll be when he's finally done with PvP, when he wins a BlizzCon.
That's selfish.
I almost forgot that little bit of tidbit news while we end the show. You know, I'm thinking, Rem, we might want to consider... We'll talk about that after show. I keep forgetting we're live. What do you mean? She can't cut it out? Nope, she can't cut it out because we're live. This is what happens when we're not live, by the way, where we talk about random things in between. Sam I Am is the 4th player on Method Orange. And I just want to tell you how happy that makes me. Because Sam I Am is a stellar player in every sense of the word. And I think a lot of it has to do with his energy. And I'm excited to see what that looks like between him and Trill. Because you have Mez and Do, which are kind of like mom and dad in a sense, right?
Obviously, Do is the mom.
No, Do is way too loud. That would be Mez. Mez is very soft-spoken. But
you're a mom and you're not soft-spoken. See?
Listen, moms come in all shapes and loudness. Like, you know. To be fair, though, I don't always yell. I yell after about the 11th millionth time I've had to say one thing, and I get sick of having to say that exact same thing 1,200 times, and then on like the...
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You've been here. Almost. You know what I have to put up with. You have seen these children. The only reason they're quiet is because I have a brand spanking new office door, and it's not really pretty right now because we haven't textured it and fixed some of the...
Wow, don't bash our work.
I wasn't bashing. Before we go, so this weekend when this was happening, I was working because I was doing the Kickstarter while they were doing stuff, getting the wall right. Now, obviously I'm type A personality. Obviously, I read how this needed to go down.
I didn't know the directions. In my defense,
Bob Vila saved me and showed me how to do a temporary wall that was soundproof that I could take down when we move so that it didn't damage the existing wall's construction. Bob Vila, guys. Years later, this man is still saving my life. Anyway, I did all the measurements. I did exactly what we needed. The amounts that we needed. I even gave the total for what that cost was at Home Depot. My husband didn't use the step-by-step, here's how you do this. He didn't use my measurements. I measured every single thing he needed. He didn't use... He used my list. He forgot stuff on my list. The double-sided tape. Some other things for the...
That wasn't on the list, so...
It was on the list because it was in OneNote. So, OneNote, that shit was global. Okay, so that kind of frustrated me, right? But I'm type A personality, and this is a wall I have to stare at. And I don't want it to look like, you know...
You can't even see over your monitors.
Valid. I don't want it to look like toddlers do it. So they're in here, and inside I'm saying, okay, I'm going to let these guys do their business. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to sideline. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to focus on getting this Kickstarter stuff done and doing video prep for my method video. I'm not going to pay attention to what they're doing. I look up and there's already all kinds of shit crooked. So I mention, you know, that the spacing in between isn't 16 inches in between like it's supposed to be. I know because I read the fucking instructions. Although they say it measures. Yeah, it measures at the top. But down towards the bottom is where it starts to go, not 16 inches. So they get mad. Well, Rem knows me enough to know she's just going to keep saying this, so just block her the fuck out because she's just going to keep doing it. So then I say, okay, I'm gonna let you guys do it. I'm going to ignore it. So then I look up again. Now, guys, it's not really big issues. It really isn't at all. They did a fabulous job, and the wall looks great, minus some things my husband has to fix before we finish the mudding and put the, what's that called? The panel around the door? What is that? Molding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not crown molding, but just molding.
Just molding. And then we just have some cosmetic things we have to work out, and then I can do the texture and paint, which I will do because I know how to do that. But now the only reason, before you guys are saying, well, Belle, how many fucking walls have you built? Actually, quite a bit, because my father was a construction worker my whole life, and I spent 90% of my summer.
Bam works too.
Thank you. I spent 90% of my summer hanging drywall with my father. So I do know a little bit, and I actually know quite a bit, especially when it comes to framing, which is how I knew they were supposed to be 16 inches apart. But because I used to, my dad was a foreman, and he would yell at people for not doing stuff correctly. So anyway, but they did a great job, and it will look nice by the time we're done. The inside isn't what counts anyway, honestly, right? The inside isn't what counts. They dedicated their time and their weekend, because nobody gamed that weekend.
Yeah, I didn't have any game time.
Well, don't feel bad, because neither did I, and nobody did. The only people gaming in the house was my children. So, but it does look really nice once it's painted and textured and painted and all of that. After we finish taping and mudding and sand that down, we'll show you the final product. The good news is, so the way that we did it is we actually didn't use nails to put the, it's a floating frame is what we have. The only part that's actually attached to the wall of any of this situation here is the top part. The bottom and the sides are not actually physically attached to the wall. Floating, right? Did I use the right word, floating? But we didn't use nails for the frame and the drywall. We use screws, so that way when we go to move, we can just unscrew it and take it apart. And we have this stuff, sill seal, which goes against, you know,
the walls, the floors.
It goes against the walls, the floors, and the ceiling. So whatever our construction touches the actual house, there will be no scraping or none of that stuff. So anyway, Max, I got you. I can send you the temporary instruction thing that I got from Bob Vila, and maybe you'll actually read the instructions. Unlike, I can't blame Rem, because he didn't really.
I read instructions.
He was just here to help. Like, it really should have been, but I can't bitch really, because they did things for me, and it's great, and I'm grateful, and I'm sounding like a jerk, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. But
if it was welding or metal, it'd be a completely different story.
Rem kept saying, well, I mean, we're not carpenters, like, we're not construction workers, we're not pros. I'm like, I know, but even non-pros can measure stuff. Anyway, they did a good job. I was gonna see if I could show, but I don't want to mess with my camera. Guys, that's pretty much what we have for today. I'm noticing a trend where the first hour of the show, nobody's really here. And I'm wondering if we should observe that information to discuss after. But the reason I'm bringing it up now is because I wanted to get opinions on the live show, because it does seem that everybody gets in here an hour after we start. That seems like a waste of our time, our valuable time, to be able to interact with people. Oh, you were... No, I wasn't blaming you. I know you've been busy. But it just seems like every week we do this, the show starts to pop off right as it's ending. And I'm missing a lot of fun interaction time with people, and I don't like it. So we might...
I can't entertain her, guys, okay? We need you.
He entertains me every day with his face. Like, it's just entertainment. Yeah, that was awkward. Yeah, so if we happen to start an hour later next week, I'll make sure it reflects on the Twitch, and I'll talk about it in Discord also. Make sure you guys join our Discord. What's our... No, it's fine. It's better for me if we push it back, but I think the only concern is Rem needs sleep, so... Because he works. I think that's the only kind of... It's just a crap.
Well, we both work. I just wake up earlier. So.
Yeah. I was up at 5:30 this morning watching NSYNC on Ellen. Anyway, before we
speaking of, I do my state stuff Monday.
Yay! Now he's going to be officially a pest man. Good, because when do you get your stuff? Because I need pest control ASAP.
Soon.
It's snake season. There's a snake in my boot. So make sure you join our Discord. That way I'll tweet and tell you guys if it's going to be pushed back. I need to make sure that it's okay with Rem's sleep schedule. So we'll have to work that out offline. Guys, thank you so much for spending the week with us. I know today was kind of a weird I don't even know what to call it, but
T1 ants, because that's how you get ants.
I know it's a little bit weird, but you know.
A little topsy-turvy, but it's all good.
I'm really tired. I was up at 5:30 this morning. That explains why I'm extraordinarily...
Oh, yeah, that's like 3 hours earlier than...
I just realized, I was like, why? Normally I'm at least a little bit more lucid, but I forgot I got up at 5:30 this morning.
Like actually coherent and like moving
Oh, no,
around?
I was up. I was sitting on the back porch at 5:30 this morning listening to the birds, and I was watching NSYNC on Ellen.
God.
I took a new melatonin because I have to take melatonin to go to sleep, otherwise my brain won't shut off. Well, they have this new one that's like a dual layer, and like the dual layer hits you right away, and then it's supposed to keep you asleep. It didn't hit me right away, and it didn't keep me asleep, but I do feel like I had a more effective sleep because I didn't wake up tired. I actually shot right out of bed, and my husband was like, something wrong with the kids? I'm like, no, I'm going to go make coffee.
That would be my first assumption.
I don't even get up until 30 minutes before I have to be at work. Anyway, I'm rambling, tired, exhausted. Guys, tomorrow night late, watch the Discord. I'll throw on stream, and we'll do some... do some
talking, do some BFA, do some more song.
Yeah, I do need to do some BFA.
Cha-chas.
I need to do some BFA big time, so we'll go in and do that. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our show every week. Thank you for putting up with my...
whatever that is.
Bellism, I suppose.
We should make that an actual...
Yeah, thanks for putting up with my bellism, because you guys love me, and other people probably don't, and that's okay, guys. I don't need, the whole world. You guys are enough. You guys are enough for me. I don't have to seek out attention in others because you guys are enough.
We're only enough. We're not more than enough.
No, I'm saying like you guys are enough.
Wow.
Right. We're going to get out of here.
We're satisfactory.
That's what it said on my divorce 15 years ago. It was satisfactory. Okay, guys. We're seriously going to get the fuck out of here. It's getting worse by the second. By the second.
I'll see you later, or
give your
see
wife
you another time.
I fucking love it. I love Paul Rudd, damn it. Drum, tell the wife I love her to pieces. Guys, Max, Callie, Decina, Taliesin, I seen a Candace. I know we seen a Mora. 6. There's a ton of you I missed, I'm sure. But I love you all. We're going to get out of here before this gets any worse, because this is a fucking train wreck, guys. Train wreck. Train wreck.
Choo-choo.
That was perfect. The choo-choo was perfect. I need to remember to finish the collage of pictures. Did you see the... I looked at it earlier, but... I want to do Borala stuff tomorrow. That's got me excited. Hey, you gonna come get this mini fridge tomorrow? After work?
Yeah, I'll pick,
You should just... Oh, I guess it's not really on the way to your house because you have to pass your house to come here. Well, because I'm gonna empty it out in the morning. I guess I should stop the fucking stream, huh? Shit.
Yeah.
Where's the stop stream button?